Talking about the Ruhr area, I have used the phrase the city of cities. And that is indeed what this region is. A huge city made up by lots of independent cities, existing not just side by side, but working together for the future, being partners step by step more and more. And that is why the last project we want to present to you is one of those joint projects by two cities, the cities of Gelsenkirchen and Herne. We already talked quite a bit about the history of the Ruhr, the history, of course, as you all know, of coal and steel. And though the very last coal mine of the Ruhr area closed a couple of years ago, those mines can be still also be part of the future. The Neue Zeche Westerholt, the new coal mine Westerholt, is a perfect example for that. The conversion of a former coal mine into an innovative urban quarter with historic charm for housing, services, and also for light industry. More about this project now from Jan Federmann, project manager for the new coal mine Westerholt. Jan Federmann.
Yes, hello. Thanks, Tom, for the introduction. Hello to everybody. Welcome at the Neue Zeche Westerholt, which means in English, New Colliery of Westerholt. We offer chances for sustainable investments at a historic location. Our project is located on the site of a former coal mine, which was closed in 2008. The area is 39 hectares in size. For your investments, we offer flexible plot sizes from 1,000 to 10,000 square meters. I would like to explain you some of the details on this picture. You can clearly see the two towers. They will be preserved as landmarks. You can also see some of the historical buildings which will also be protected. All the other buildings of the former coal mine are currently demolished. This picture is about 2 years old, and the situation is already different today. In the south, you see, or you can imagine, the railway tracks. You also see an urban forest and sporting areas for recreation. There is also a small castle and a golf course there. In the north, you see the city of Gelsenkirchen and the city of Herten, where the former employees used to live with their families. And even today, we are good connected to the cities. I think you have learned a lot of today about where the cities in the Ruhr area are. So one more time from me. The Neue Zeche Westerholt is located in the north of the Ruhr area. We belong both to the city of Gelsenkirchen and also to the city of Herten. We have fine connections to the motorways 52, 43, and 2. In the nearer future, the project will have its own railway station. Remember the tracks on the former panel. In addition to new cycle path in Westerholt, we also have sustainable mobility options. In 2015, we started a master plan project with a competition of urban planners and landscape architects, a participation process, and so on. With the final concept, which you can see here, we are really lucky to have a high quality of urban development in Westerholt. Although we belong to 2 cities and different players, we have a concept from one cast. It is optimally integrated in the urban environment. It interacts with the given conditions. For these reasons, we think the concept will be successful and will create a modern district. For your investments, we see best prospects for projects in the area of business and production, but also for services, education, and housing projects, diversity, and neighborhoods. Let's have a closer look on the different sections. The red marked area in the north will be used for housing projects. We are looking for modern, sustainable architecture with a lot of natures, gardens, and trees between. And yes, we would be delighted to see some of the good concepts you already have in your countries. The blue areas will get the new built business areas. The orange fields are provided for mixed use, business, but also living, education, and service. Therefore, the existing historical buildings will be integrated and transformed. The purple areas show the urban connection of the city to the city of Westerholt. We will have the railway station here, shops, and buildings up to 4 floors high. A retirement home or a student residence could arise here. In the center, we will have a park with a tower as a landmark. You see this in the green section. The park is heaped up by the recycled material from the former mine. And one last detail to this chart, you can see the lane that comes from west to east. We will come back to that. Neue Zeche Westerholt is not just planning an area, but also an idea of urban future. The master plan of Westerholt is based on the guiding theme, circular economy. Circular economy means that you recycle and transform things, that you think of resources rather than waste. This is, of course, very sustainable, and you also act local. You think of working together and of useful connections between different projects. And in a former coal mine, as in Westerholt, you also have energy as a permanent theme, like fossil energy in the past, renewable, sustainable energy in the future. We already have a lot of examples where we use this guiding theme. We took the gas that still comes out of the mine to run a power station and to heat some houses in the neighborhood so that the old coal stoves there could be replaced. We renovated the historical entrance buildings that you saw at the first chart with high energetic standards and made them usable again. We take responsibility for the legacy of the coal mine and reuse material rather than putting it in some place in the world. We will use different surfaces to produce solar energy, of course, roofs and walls, but also streets. We have a project starting right now. We think of creating our own heat and cold in Westerholt and offer them as a service for other projects. We also understand our project as a laboratory for the future. We like to do research and develop. And this is perhaps the point where you come into play. If your ideas and projects fit in these concepts, sustainability, future guided, energy, transformation, then in Westerholt, you have the chance to develop innovative projects. You can take advantage of our support and of other projects with the same attitudes. And you can profit of an historical environment that leads the few into the future. The Alley of Change is a former industrial railway that connects different industrial sites in the northern Ruhr area. Today it appears as a recreation and learning area and as a modern cycle path with great options for sustainable mobility. And the best thing is, the Alley of Change leads right through the area of Neue Zeche Westerholt. Please remember the lane mentioned before in the master plan. With this picture, you might have an impression of how it will look in the nearer future. You also see how historical buildings are integrated in the new landscape. We are sure that the whole area of Neue Zeche Westerholt will be a place where people love to work, to live, and to spend time. And we know how important this is today in urban development. Our schedule is open and lies in the future. We are now just at the beginning of the realization. We will do this from now on to the next 10 years in different sections, as you see on the map. So you have the chance to bring in your ideas, and we will even ask for that. Westerholt will give you the chance to take influence and realize extraordinary concepts. Here you see the summarizing of things I've mentioned before. By the way, here you see the industrial entry buildings where we have our office. So we are on the project side every day if we're not in the home office. But when we are there, it's really a great place to work. So we are looking forward to see you at the speed dating or even in Westerholt. You're always welcome. Thanks for the audience.